Hello, my name is Kambiz Behzadi. I'm an orthopedic surgeon in California. I'd like to talk to you about the alternative to robotics in total hip arthroplasty. Total hip replacement is a $7 billion a year industry, and medical device companies have developed robotics to assist surgeons with these procedures. And yet, despite this massive infusion of technology, this procedure is still plagued by problems, namely aseptic loosening and malpositioning of implants. Together, these problems account for nearly 75% of total hip replacement failures. Today, I will explain why robotics have not been able to solve these problems and why robotics have failed to address the unmet needs of the orthopedic surgeon. Robotics as an assistive technology has been adopted in less than 1% of total hip replacements. My alternative has the potential to capture the entire market. Let's talk about why adoption of robotics in total hip replacement is so poor. Robotic platforms provide the surgeon with a fixed arm that holds the position of the impaction rod as they impact the implant into bone. Although this was designed to benefit the surgeon by constraining the alignment of the implant, it actually produces a detrimental effect. The fixed arm disrupts the tactile feedback that the surgeon feels when they interact with the patient. Surgeons rely on this tactile sense to determine whether the implant is stable within bone. Without this tactile feedback, the surgeon is more likely to install an implant either too loose or too tight, which results in aseptic loosening or fracture. Robotic platforms also require that surgeons establish a global 3D coordinate system in the OR space. This requires application of trackers to bone, landmarking, registration of tools, and calibration of all components. This process can take between 20 to 30 additional minutes. Establishing the system requires that the surgeon commit extra time to the operation, which increases the risk of infection and blood loss for the patient. The extra workflow also creates increased risk of error for the surgeon. This extra workflow is not capable of being delegated to others. Thus, robotic platforms create more for the surgeon to plan, keep track of, and do during this operation. This poses a major problem because the surgeon has a finite amount of time and attention during the operation. And this additional cognitive load causes the surgeon to split his focus away from the patient and the surgery itself. And beyond these problems, robotic platforms have never directly addressed the unmet needs of the orthopedic surgeons. These platforms still cannot prevent aseptic loosening. Aseptic loosening occurs because surgeons do not have the proper tools to press fit implants reliably. Surgeons still have to use a mallet and their own tactile senses to press fit implants. And the mallet gives them no control over either the magnitude or the direction of force. And with respect to malpositioning, the robotic arm offers only minimal benefit to the surgeon because although it locks the alignment of the implant, it does not allow easy adjustment of the implant's position, which is sometimes necessary for obtaining better stability. Thus, robotic systems remain unsophisticated because they require the use of a primitive mallet, and any system is always as weak as its weakest link. I've developed an alternative that directly addresses these problems. Our new approach involves two fundamental changes in how we install implants. First, we use vibration energy instead of discrete impacts to install implants. And second, we use local positioning systems for visibility of the implant instead of the global positioning system of the robot. Vibration energy decreases the frictional forces at the implant-bone interface. This allows surgeons to have complete control over both the magnitude and direction of applied force. This allows implant installation to be done with less force, as well as surgeons can now modulate the amount of force, which helps them reach the sweet spot of optimal implant stability. Vibration also allows surgeons to control the direction of force and therefore the positioning of the implant. Addition of IMU sensors to vibratory insertion tools in combination with screw sensors in bone create local positioning systems which allow the surgeons to visualize and continuously adjust the alignment of the implant. I'd like to show you a short video that encapsulates this concept. The setup for vibratory insertion and local positioning systems is very simple and involves a screw sensor, a computer, a vibratory insertion tool, and a receiver. This method does not involve establishing a global 3D coordinate system in the OR space. It's based on a local positioning system which can be set up in 1 minute and which can wirelessly communicate with your phone or your computer. By pairing vibration with the local positioning system and IMU technology, the surgeon can now visualize and continuously adjust the alignment of the implant. This tool is lightweight and handheld, And because it's not affixed to anything, the surgeon's tactile feedback is maintained. And thus, the surgeon will have greater ability to assess the stability of the implant. Managing leg length and offset is a critical part of any total hip replacement, both for stability of the implant and also to prevent leg length discrepancies, which is the most common cause of lawsuits in orthopedics. The screw sensors allow surgeons to obtain perfect leg lengths by allowing them to monitor leg length and offset effortlessly during the operation. These tools add no extra workflow for the surgeon. They require no additional personnel to operate, and the surgeon is not burdened with additional tasks and concerns when using this tool. The focus can remain where it belongs, on the patient and the procedure. And perfect leg lengths. Over the last decade, total hip replacement complications have increased. At the same time, meta-analyses have shown no significant difference in outcomes, complications, and revision rates between traditional and robotic-assisted hip replacements. 1 million total hip replacement procedures are performed annually. This is a large market with persistent problems and no adequate solutions. Whoever develops technologies that decrease the risk of failures and revisions stands to gain market share and control the total hip implant and disposable markets. My technology provides this opportunity. Current robotic systems cost up to $1 million, require additional personnel to operate, and such personnel are not readily available and require training. My technology is low cost at $30,000, requires no additional personnel, is intuitive for the surgeon, and requires minimal training for use. And finally, this technology frees the surgeon to perform the operation with whatever approach they desire, giving them the confidence that they can achieve both optimal primary implant stability and the exact desired alignment. I'm already working with several universities and private engineers to develop these tools. I'm seeking additional fundings to help commercialize these projects. If you have interest in this project, please let me know, and I would love to tell you more about it. Thank you.